Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, day 3 of a Manatee County triple murder trial. Andres Avalos faces the death penalty if convicted of killing his wife, a neighbor, and a local pastor. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick is covering the trial for us again today and joins us live from Bradenton with an update. Jess?
Good afternoon, Scott. We have yet to hear from Pastor James Battle's wife, Joy, who reportedly watched Avalos shoot and kill her husband. That's expected to come this afternoon. Instead, this morning, the jury heard from several doctors about Avalos's mental state. A psychologist testified that Avalos does not appear to have any mental illnesses and that Avalos himself had told the doctor that he doesn't think he has any mental illnesses. A radiologist took the stand presenting pictures of Avalos's brain. The doctor says that his brain looks normal. The defense argues that Avalos does indeed have mental illnesses that led him to shoot and kill his wife, Amber Avalos, neighbor Denise Potter, and Pastor James Battle. Today's testimony comes after an hour-and-a-half confession tape is played for the jury, where Avalos addresses the details of the fatal day back in December of 2014.
Mine was pretty made up in the way that I was acting and the adrenaline that I had, and I was just, I don't know if I was still drunk from the night before. I'm sure I could have been, but still, I can look back at it now and I'd be like, it happened pretty quick. It all happened pretty quick to me, and I can't really remember what I was thinking, but it happened.
The trial will resume after the lunch recess today. I will be back in the courtroom this afternoon and bring you the latest again on ABC 7 News at 5 o'clock. For now, live in Manatee County, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, Jess, thank you so much. An update now on a Manatee County drawbridge. The Cortez Bridge is working again after causing some major traffic headaches for drivers yesterday trying to get to and from Bradenton Beach. This is time-lapse video from a tower camera at what the bridge looked like for more than 2 hours yesterday afternoon. Drivers were forced to find another way on and off the island because the bridge was stuck in an upright position. Officials with Florida Department of Transportation say it was a malfunction in the electrical system that powers the bridge's hydraulic pumps.
There's only like 3 ways to get on this island. That would be from Longboat, Manatee Avenue, and Cortez. And when you knock one of the bridges down, you can definitely tell on traffic-wise.
Police say detours were a little frustrating for drivers, but everything is running smoothly today. Building a newer, higher bridge at that location is currently being considered. An Englewood woman is killed while walking her dog. Troopers say 24-year-old Kyle Dilley was driving on Heasley Road Monday morning just before 9 when he hit 55-year-old Maria Blanco Taha. Blanco Taha was walking her dog on the grass on the side of the road. She later died at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. Dilley told troopers he was reaching for something in the back seat and his Jeep left the roadway and hit the woman. He was cited for careless driving, although the crash remains under investigation. 5 years after Nick Wallenda walked a wire over Niagara Falls, his wife will perform over that same landmark. Erendira Vasquez Wallenda plans to dangle by her teeth from a helicopter as it flies over the falls. The Niagara County Legislature approving a resolution that will set aside $35,000 for the act. It's planned for June 15th, which is the 5th anniversary of Nick Wallenda's televised 1,800-foot walk over the falls from the New York side of the falls into Canada. Nick Wallenda performed with Circus Sarasota earlier this year after several members of his act fell from the high wire during a rehearsal. He'll be performing when touring with the Big Apple Circus as the headline act beginning in October. Hanging by your teeth over the falls.
I want to know her dentist. I want her dentist. Yeah. That's impressive.
It sure is.
Well, another hot one here on the Suncoast, boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I got to tell you, some great rainfall at my house.
Yes.
Since other people I know in Sarasota and other areas got some beneficial rain. I don't know how much it was, but more than half an inch, I would say.
Yeah, well, mostly in most areas a quarter inch, but Becky in Omayaka, she got 3/4 of an inch, so there were some better than half-inch rainfalls around.
It was great.
It was great. We talked yesterday about how we might see the rainfall kind of inch a little further northward, and I think today, same thing. We might see the rainfall inch a little further northward, more so that maybe areas in Manatee County that have been kind of shortchanged over the last several days might see a little bit more rainfall. Be nice. Casey Key looks pretty quiet right now. The webcam there showing some pretty blue skies with some fair weather clouds from time to time, but nothing that's producing any rainfall currently. Our rainfall chance today is about the same as it was yesterday. Better rain chances coming though. Titan radar right now showing everything pretty quiet. A nice southeasterly wind flow is kind of really injecting moisture into the area, and that's going to be very helpful in producing the rainfall today. Tomorrow, a little drier air works its way in, but there's some good news down the road, I think. We'll take a look at some of the rainfall chances and the very warm temperatures today. Today's daytime high officially is record high is 95. We're going to be pretty close to that if we don't break it. We'll talk about the forecast coming up in a few, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. Developing this afternoon a mid-air mystery in the middle of paradise. Coast Guard officials believe they may have found debris from a small plane that disappeared near the Bahamas. On board was the pilot, a mother, and her 2 young children. A desperate search is underway to find them. ABC's Gio Benitez has the latest.
A mystery over the Bermuda Triangle. 40-year-old mother Jennifer Blumen and her 2 young sons, just 3 and 4, missing, along with their 52-year-old pilot and friend Nathan Ulrich. Their small plane disappearing from radar Monday afternoon.
We're doing everything we can to find this aircraft and the missing individuals.
Blumen, the boys, and Ulrich were flying from Puerto Rico to Central Florida in a small plane just like this one, leaving Puerto Rico just after 11 a.m. Monday. But just 3 hours into that flight, at 24,000 feet, the plane vanishes right over the infamous Bermuda Triangle. Tuesday afternoon, the Coast Guard finding parts of the plane 15 miles east of Eleuthera in the Bahamas, but no sign of the 4 passengers.
The first thing that investigators will look at, was there a problem with the pressurization in the cabin? Did it lose pressurization?
Reports say there was no bad weather at the time, and Ulrich is said to be an experienced pilot, seen here on Facebook flying a plane. Mysterious occurrences in the Bermuda Triangle, the subject of a 2009 documentary showing that 75 planes and hundreds of yachts have disappeared there without a trace.
That is the mystery of the triangle. Where do they all go?
This particular type of aircraft is quite an old aircraft, so investigators will go back and look at some of the previous mishaps with this kind of airplane to see if it can shed some light on what happened in this instance.
Blumen is a prominent New York event planner and designer.
I'm Jennifer Blumen, founder and CEO of Skylight Group.
Featured here on the TV show Open House NYC, along with her architect boyfriend James Ramsey, who the family says had stayed behind in New York. Now loved ones are praying for a miracle. Ulrich's ex-wife, actress Raydon Chong of The Color Purple, posting on Facebook, "I am sad and in shock, so send prayers to his family."
That's Gio Benitez reporting. There's a new challenge on social media causing some serious concern. ABC 7's Jacqueline Matter joins us now on how the game has some school districts warning parents. Jacqueline?
That's right, Scott. It's called the Blue Whale Challenge, and it's making its way across the U.S. The 50-day online virtual game gives different tasks to children who take on the challenge, with the last task encouraging them to commit suicide. While the game hasn't made its way into Manatee County schools, it's said to have been going around schools in Alabama, prompting educators to warn parents about their child's social media use. Kathy Haugen says there's also symptoms of suicide you should keep an eye out for in your kids.
Changes in activities, eating patterns, sleeping patterns, people they hang out with, if they change friends, or if they become increasingly socially isolated.
Tonight at 5, I'll take a deeper look into that challenge, how Instagram and Twitter are playing a role, and what you need to know moving further to protect your kids. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you. A company is offering cereal fanatics a chance to win a very sweet treat. General Mills is giving away 10,000 boxes of its marshmallow-only Lucky Charms. In 2015, the same contest was held, but the company only gave away 10 of the boxes. The sweepstakes runs through December. To learn how you can enter, go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and click on links we mentioned. Time now to go over to the kitchen and check in for the first time with ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who's joined by another guest today in the kitchen. Judy?
Well, I'm excited, Scott, because we're doing fresh and healthy and local. I have cookbook author and teacher, Vicki Shelf. Vicki, what are you making today?
I'm doing 2 recipes from my book, Pulp Kitchen, and all vegan and all healthy. I'm doing one that I call Chocolate Power Pulp Balls.
Love it.
And they're absolutely delicious, believe it or not, but very, very simple. And another, I'm using cabbage pulp to make a salad. with other ingredients. It's very pretty and very tasty.
And I can't wait because it is a healthy balance, and I love seeing you down at the Saturday Farmers Market over there. So we're going to talk some more and learn some really good things about how to cook with vegetable pulp. Stay with us. We'll be back in a few minutes to start pulping away.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now. Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Yeah, boy, we are on track for a hot one, no doubt about it. We started off the morning warm. We started off the morning 4 to 6 degrees above average, and morning temperatures have been running about that warm. But it's the afternoon temperatures that have really been smoking. We've been talking about an 8 to 10 degree above average temperature across most of the peninsula. 89, almost 90 already at noon in Tampa, Fort Myers. We have 88 in Naples, 88 in Miami, 86 West Palm, Melbourne coming in at 85. A little cooler on the other coast because they've had an onshore wind flow there, which helps. And that wind kind of moves across the state, warms up, and then when it hits our coast, kind of starts to make its maximum temperatures felt. 91 in Arcadia, Mayaca, Northport, Punta Gorda, Parrish at 90. Bradenton's reporting 93, 92 in Sarasota, according to this, and 88 degrees in Venice. We are looking at some very warm temperatures indeed across the region, 92 degrees at the airport. We're looking at across the region temperatures that continue to influence both the drought and the fire danger index. The fire danger index forecast for today calls for very high threat of a fire that could start, ignite, and then get out of control in Manatee County, and high everywhere else. Now, the thing is, this is a forecast. Yesterday, we had a report of, using actual data toward the end of the day, a report in Manatee County in the extreme range. So, clearly, this might be even a little underdone. So, there's some very, very dry, warm conditions out there. And many records, I think, across the state of Florida are going to be broken today. We have this dry air indicated by the tan contour really in place over the state. That's going to limit the number of showers that we get today, even more so tomorrow. But there's hope. Back out in the Atlantic and to our south is a cluster of showers and moisture that is forecast by most computer models to lift northward and just kind of brush the southern half of the state of Florida. Doing so may inject enough moisture aloft that we moisten the whole column of the atmosphere, since it's very moist at the surface already. And that could lead to some very good rain chances with all the heat that we're having as we head into Friday, for especially the second half of Friday, and into Saturday and maybe even Sunday as well. So that's the hope. We've got our fingers crossed for that. But for today, of course, the showers will be limited. High pressure is the dominant weather feature, and the easterly wind flow is going to keep that sea breeze front pinned very close to the coastline. Back to the west, showers and thunderstorms will become severe a little bit later on today, with tornadoes the major threat, mostly to the north, up around Kansas, Nebraska. Iowa, particularly, will be under the gun. But for us, this high-pressure ridge will hold fast for several days, and those influences back to the west will really not impact us all that much. Hot weather, a few coastal showers, and even drier tomorrow. I think we can trim back the rain chances just a little bit tomorrow as high pressure expands. But then that injection of moisture on Friday and Saturday give us a good rain chance. We'll more than double, maybe even triple our rain chances at that time. And lingering moisture will bring us a chance of rain both Sunday and the beginning of next work week. Scott?
Okay, John, thank you. A major health alert this afternoon about ticks and the dangers they can pose to children. The months of April and May see the highest tick activity. They're usually found in tall grass, piles of leaves or shrubs around your home, places where kids, of course, can linger. The bugs can present a rare but potentially fatal danger called the Powassan virus, which causes seizures, memory loss, even long-term neurological damage. Lyme disease is also a huge concern. To keep you and your family safe, experts suggest wearing clothing with built-in tick repellent. Also, it's best to shower within 2 hours of leaving outdoors to help wash away any unattached ticks.
The best way to remove a tick if you find one attached is to use a pointy tweezer and pull it straight off. By using a tweezer, then you have the tick and you can take a picture of it, save it, identify it, and then you'll know better what risk you're at.
Tick repellent spray also works, and if you are bitten, remove the bug, disinfect the bite, and wash your hands. Well, an Indiana boy and his grandfather are seeing the world in color for the first time thanks to some special glasses. 10-year-old Caleb Adams has been colorblind since he was born. His grandfather also has the same condition. Caleb's mom spent a lot of time trying to find a solution and came across colorblind glasses. The two found the perfect pair and then tried them on at the same time.
In one aspect, I was blind and have been all my life, but I didn't know what I was missing. But now I feel like I've got my full sight, and it's been a roller coaster of emotions.
I just love seeing all of this, like the sunset. I just love seeing it in the sky and all the shades of green outside in the trees. I've just loved it a whole bunch.
Caleb's doctor admits he didn't even know the glasses existed until she came to him with the idea. Caleb and his grandfather were the first patients to use those glasses, and he now says that he's inspired to help other colorblind patients see the same thing they are. That's pretty cool. Still to come in your Suncoast News today, severe weather wreaking havoc in the heartland of the United States. We'll take a look at the damage it left behind. But first, a monumental job promotion at ESPN, who you'll see calling a Monday Night Football game this fall.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you. Tonight on ABC7 News at 7.
This is a complicated question because the violence that those groups are associated with generally has been in moments of Antifa, counter-protests that turn violent.
Who are the Proud Boys? They're alt-right, they're blamed for violence around the country, and now they're on the Suncoast. I'm Alan Cohn. We'll investigate what the Proud Boys are doing here and if they are disrupting the local political scene.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Drive into Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota and discover big savings during the Drive and Discover event. Come shop the Suncoast's largest selection of Ram trucks. Get maximum cargo space and more comfort with a new Ram Quad Cab for as low as $24,999. Or get more legroom and maximum comfort with a new Ram Crew Cab and save up to $10,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
With all the furniture choices you have, where do you shop? How about Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, now available in Sarasota? Treat yourself to a new Beauty Sleep Queen mattress set starting at only $399 and save up to $800 off an adjustable base with your mattress purchase. Find huge Memorial Day discounts of up to 70% off throughout our showroom with hundreds of items ready for immediate delivery. It's the Memorial Day sales event going on now at Bacon's Furniture and Bedding, available now in Sarasota. Nobody beats Bacon's.
The Rays redeeming themselves in Cleveland last night after losing to the Indians on Monday. They were first on the board in the top of the second with a home run by Colby Rasmus. Derek Norris homered in the third, putting the Rays up by 2, and then Corey Dickerson hit the first of his 2 home runs on the night. Tim Beckham joined the club in the top of the 6th with a home run of his own, a 2-run shot, and the Rays go on to win at 6-4. The two teams are finishing up the 3-game series right now in Cleveland. That game just underway in the first inning, no score. On the ice, the Nashville Predators are just 2 wins away from their first trip to the Stanley Cup Finals. They beat the Anaheim Ducks last night, scoring twice in the third period to win 2-1. Game 4 set for tomorrow night. The Boston Celtics will have the #1 pick in this summer's NBA draft, the team winning the NBA Draft Lottery. The selection was secured through a 2013 trade that sent Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett to the Brooklyn Nets. The second pick will go to the Lakers, followed by the 76ers, Phoenix Suns, and Sacramento Kings. A woman will call the plays during the Monday Night Football game this fall. ESPN making history last night by announcing Beth Mowins will be the first woman to call a nationally televised NFL game in 30 years. The usual play-by-play team of Sean McDonough and John Gruden will call the early game that evening, but Mowins will call the second game when the LA Chargers play the Denver Broncos on September 11th. She'll join former NFL coach Rex Ryan in the booth. The only other woman, by the way, to ever do network play-by-play game in the NFL was Tampa's Gail Searns back in 1987. Back to the kitchen now with Chef Judy. She's joined today by author and home cooking instructor Vicki Shelf. Hey, guys.
Hey, Vicki, let's get started on the first dish.
Well, let's start with dessert.
I love your thinking.
Okay, like I said, we're using juicing pulp, and that's what's left over from when you make a juice.
Right.
And a lot of people quit juicing because they feel guilty about throwing all that away.
Right.
And you can really do some great things with it.
I'm excited.
I'm amazed.
Okay.
And I discovered just this morning an easier way to do this. I usually do it in a Vitamix or in a food processor, but I'm going to do it in a plastic bag. It's easier, and I just figured this out, that it will work.
Fantastic.
So we're going to take, these are the medjool kind of dates.
Which I love, and they're perfect for smoothies and baking.
Yes, they're soft, big soft dates. You have to take out the pits.
Yep.
And
worth it.
Then if these were a little bit dry because they're softer in fall, I think the harvest is probably in fall. So I just got my hand in a little water and went like that on
Perfect.
on the
Good
dates,
tip.
and then put them in a plastic bag, and then they softened.
I love
So,
that tip.
Kept them in the plastic bag. Now I'm going to add peanut butter. This is just so simple, and it's a thing that kids will like, but I think everybody likes it.
I think it's so much fun. My mom used to make chicken and cornflakes, and for the kids, we got to take the brown paper bag and smash the cornflakes, and I love that. And it makes it fun, and it teaches kids a nice dessert, but also a healthy way of eating. So all natural peanut butter.
Peanut
What's
butter,
next?
and it's crunchy. And I'm just going to put these two things in the plastic
Ooh,
bag.
and then we get to mush a little bit.
And we're going to mush it. So you just mush it up together, and you don't need a blender, any equipment, or anything.
How fun to work with your kids or your grandchildren and get that together.
So it was a cup of these pitted dates and 3/4 of a cup of peanut butter. Oops, made a mess.
That's okay, and it will ooze, so I'll hold the bowl and we'll squeeze
And so we're
that
gonna
out
squeeze
together.
It out. Thank you.
Sure.
Let's see.
Okay, I think between the two of us, we can do
we'll
this like
get
a
it.
pastry bag. That's right. If I squeeze your fingers, I'm sorry. Okay, what's going to go in next?
And if it's not perfectly smooth, it really doesn't matter.
There we go.
So we're going to add some the carrot pulp.
Great, and carrot juice is so good.
And kids love carrot juice too. And believe it or not, this actually makes these better. You know, there are a lot of recipes for healthy kind of truffle dishes, but the carrot pulp actually makes it better. It makes a nicer consistency, and you got to get your hands dirty for this.
Now, how much cocoa, and then we're going to go to break?
Half a cup of cocoa powder and a cup of carrot juice.
Okay.
And you just mix this up.
And we're going to come back. So you start mixing, we're going to come back and finish this up, and then we'll start another dish in just a few minutes. Vegetables never tasted so sweet and delicious.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301, SarasotaFord.com.
Come on in, welcome to our pad. Trust me, folks, you'll eat more red. I'm driving, so relax. Unwind, leave your buckets all behind. Get ready to blow your mind. In Batesville, don't be shy. Come and make the scene. Catch the crazy party inside. The hipsters here are gone and dig, man, they're on to something big. Yeah, they're gonna flip your wig in Beatsville. Catch the gig in Beatsville.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Deadly tornadoes tear through America's heartland. At least 100 homes have been damaged and 2 people have died. ABC's Emily Rao shows us the aftermath.
The telltale signs of a twister. Trees snapped in half, roofs peeled off of homes in Elk City, Oklahoma.
There it goes.
Overnight, more than 25 reported tornadoes touched down from Texas to Wisconsin. Emergency crews sifting through the wreckage in the dark, looking for survivors. Neighborhoods now littered with massive piles of debris.
Trailer court looks like it might have been leveled.
In Wisconsin, reports of a tornado mangling a mobile home park.
People were helping the lady out of the trailer, and her husband was buried inside, so I crawled underneath the trailer inside and then started removing the refrigerator from him. I think he made it.
Officials say the deadly storm system hit when many people were home. At least 25 people are hurt, including a child.
You know, there was walls on top of people, is how it was described to me. I would describe it as total destruction.
No word yet on just how strong these tornadoes were. Officials say the number of injured might still go up as crews continue their search efforts. Emily Rao, ABC News, New York.
John joins us now with more on our weather, and gosh, mobile home parks never fare well with a tornado.
No, they sure don't. Or hurricanes.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, they really don't. They're not really wind resistant. We are looking at some pretty benign weather here compared to what they're experiencing today. And really the next 3 days in the Midwest is going to see some fairly strong storms, Midwestern plains. Going to see some fairly strong storms, including tornadoes. We maybe get a thunderstorm, maybe, mostly to the south of us there'll be thunderstorm activity, but the Van Wezel webcam put into motion doesn't show a lot of action except a few fair weather clouds that are kind of moving by, a lot of blue sky out there still, and I think that what we'll see is, again, a little bit more humidity leading to a few more showers around as we head into the weekend, but today the showers are going to be kind of focused exactly where they were yesterday along the coastline, though right now radar is blank. Satellite also showing a dearth of clouds around the state of Florida, and of course that leading to some very warm temperatures. Today I think we'll probably top it out at around 95 degrees here in Sarasota, 94, 95, and our rain chance is mostly going to be confined right along the immediate coastline, I think. Maybe a little further to the north, though. Maybe Manatee County will get into the action of a few more stronger storms and possibly get a little bit better rainfall coverage. We'll talk about the forecast that includes some good rain chances down the road coming up in just a few, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. A former Army intelligence analyst who now identifies as a woman is out of prison. Chelsea Manning was released from a Kansas military prison this morning after serving 7 years of a 35-year sentence. Back in 2013, the transgender soldier was convicted of leaking nearly 1 million pages and video of classified government materials to WikiLeaks. She was acquitted of the most serious charge of aiding the enemy. Former President Obama granted Manning clemency during his final days in office. Manning was known as Bradley Manning before transitioning in prison. She's planning to participate in a documentary about her life at the Cannes Film Festival. New this afternoon from Washington, a speech in Congress turns to a call to remove President Trump from office. Texas Democrat Al Green calling for the impeachment of President Trump this morning on the House floor. At a press conference yesterday afternoon, Green told reporters that every day President Trump remains in office, it puts our democracy at risk. He's also accusing the president of obstruction of justice.
I do not do this for political purposes, Mr. Speaker. I do this because I believe in the great ideals that this country stands for. Liberty and justice for all. There is a belief in this country that no one is above the law, and that includes the President of the United States of America. Mr. Speaker,
Green claims history would vindicate his call to impeach after a memo from former FBI Director James Comey raised questions about whether the president was interfering with the Russia investigation. And then also rocking the White House this week, those allegations that the president asked the former FBI director to shut down his investigation into former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn. Republican Senator John McCain is calling the situation, quote, a Watergate-size crisis playing out in real time. ABC's Maggie Rulli has more.
President Trump tries to continue business as usual, but he can't escape the back-to-back bombshells coming out of the White House.
A report late today in the New York Times.
The latest salvo against the president. The latest accuses the president of trying to interfere with a federal investigation, allegedly asking then FBI Director James Comey to back off the investigation into his former national security advisor Michael Flynn.
Well, it certainly sounds, if these reports are accurate, that he wanted this investigation of Michael Flynn to stop. We don't really know what took place here, and we need to find out.
A source close to Comey confirms to ABC News that the former FBI director wrote a memo about a meeting he had in the Oval Office in February, the day after Flynn was fired, and that the president allegedly said of Flynn, "He is a good guy. I hope you can let this go." ABC has not seen the memo, first reported by the New York Times and described to reporters by sources who have seen it. It was allegedly part of a paper trail Comey left behind to document his meetings with the president. But the White House is pushing back, saying the president has never asked Mr. Comey or anyone else to end any investigation, adding this is not a truthful or accurate portrayal of the conversation. Democrats are sounding the alarm.
The events of the last 2 weeks have shaken my confidence in this administration. In the past 2 days, it's reached new heights.
And Senator Chuck Schumer's reminding everyone that just the day before this latest scandal, another report accused Mr. Trump of revealing highly classified information to the Russians. Republicans are being cautious. Speaker of the House Paul Ryan weighing in for the first time this morning.
We can't deal with speculation and innuendo. And there's clearly a lot of politics being played. Our job is to get the facts and to be sober about doing that.
But others within his own party are speaking out. Senator John McCain called the latest allegation of, quote, Watergate size and scale. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
In consumer news, another major retailer is feeling the impact of online shopping. Rue 21 is the latest chain to file for bankruptcy. It's also closing about a third of its 1,200 stores, including its location at the Ellington Premium Outlets. There's no word yet on whether the location at Westfield Sarasota Square Mall will remain open. The closures come as the company works to put more focus on its higher performing locations. The company joins a long list of traditional retailers that are struggling in an economy that is moving online. Facebook is facing a $166,000 fine for breaching French privacy laws. The social media company is accused of tracking and using personal data of 33 million users, as well as non-users who browse the internet. The National Commission on Informatics and Liberties imposed that fine following a formal warning last year. Facebook says it's been taken steps in recent years to address privacy concerns. No waiting in line at Universal Orlando's new water park. Visitors to Volcano Bay will be getting Tapu Tapu wristbands. Unlike wristbands used at Disney, Universal's have screens that can send messages, and it uses a combination of radio frequency and Bluetooth. It'll send you alerts when it's your turn for a ride, eliminating the headaches of waiting in long lines. It'll also trigger special effects like shooting water cannons. You can use them to pay for food and items in the gift shops as well. Visitors can get the wristbands when they first come into the park. Volcano Bay, by the way, opens on May 25th. Sounds fun. Back over to the kitchen now and see how lunch is coming along with Culinary Director Judy Gallagher and her guest today, author and home cooking instructor, Vicki Shelf.
Vicki, we're almost done with this delicious cocoa ball, so show us what we need to do.
Okay, well, when everything's mixed up, and all you have to do is mix it up, you just shape it into little balls about the size of walnuts, roll it in coconut, and voila, c'est fini.
And the real coconut. You're not, you know, there's some of the shredded is too sweet.
You know what I did, actually? I took shredded coconut that's unsweetened, and I ran it through the Vitamix just to make it more powdery.
So here's what they look like, and I'm going to start on one while we start on your salad.
Okay. Well, we're using pulp again because this is another recipe from Pulp Kitchen, and this time I'm using a mixture of red cabbage and Pink Lady apples. And believe it or not, this is absolutely a delicious juice. And, you know, in folk medicine, cabbage juice is good for ulcers and good for your digestion. So
great information. I love it.
So you can't use only pulp. So I have about an equal amount of shredded cabbage.
Okay.
And again, just really simple recipes. A pink lady apple.
Which I love. They're so crisp and juicy.
They're the best. Yeah. Sweet and tart. And I'm throwing in some raisins and pecans.
Oh, what a perfect summer salad this is.
And some grapes. Oh, were there supposed to be raisins? I can't even remember.
You know what, Vicki, that's what I love about you. So, like, you can put in raisins if you want to. If you don't, don't. I think that's great.
Will you show people what the curly endive is? Because I don't think everyone knows what this is.
This is pretty bitter, but it's really great in salads.
Again, in folk medicine, they say bitter greens are good for the liver. And
so
we all need liver support.
That's right. Let's get some of those toxins out with our curly.
One way to eat a lot of this is to chop it really, really finely. I like to sort of chop it as, I like to sort of pretend I'm chopping for tabbouleh and just really get it fine. And that way you can eat a whole lot of it. And the more you eat of it, the better it is for you.
And I'm sure this sits beautifully in the fridge overnight, too.
And it does.
This is something you can eat for a few days.
Yes. And with the sweet apples and everything, it is not too bitter.
And I like that you put raisins in whether you were supposed to or not.
Remember.
I like that,
It's in the recipe.
Be creative. And what are you going to do with the limes?
We're going to just squeeze in some lime juice.
Great. So season and lime juice, and you have a perfect summer salad. Eat your salad, and then you get dessert. Those were delicious. We'll come back and wrap it up and talk about the Florida House in just a few minutes.
The Alfa Romeo Quadrifoglio charmed us all and crippled the competition. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Being the caregiver for my husband is truly a blessing, but sometimes it's easy to lose a part of myself. To be my best, for him and for me, it's important to have time to be able to recharge. When I called Tidewell Hospice, they gave me the chance to do just that. They helped me find the time to care for myself, all the while with the peace of mind of knowing my husband is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Alfa Romeo got a lot right with the Giulia, but the handling alone is sufficient reason to get one. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Well, temperatures are just so hot out there. 92 degrees at noon. We are headed to probably, I bet you, 95, maybe 96 degrees, possibly. I'm going to forecast the temperatures upward of where I had earlier on this morning. It was just heating up so quickly. Dew point values at 66, east-southeast wind now at 15. We'll watch that wind kind of shift around a little bit to the west with the sea breeze in the afternoon. But with the southeast wind as strong as it is, that sea breeze is not going to penetrate very far inland. So temperatures are going to be very warm in inland areas indeed. We have a frontal boundary carving its way through parts of the plains states now. And as we mentioned earlier in this broadcast, we've had outbreaks of severe weather yesterday and today. The same thing with a bullseye centered around areas of Iowa and into Wisconsin and Minnesota as well. Forecast calls for the showers and thunderstorms down to the south around Houston as well to be pretty strong, but the major tornado threat probably Iowa today. Our area will be under the influence of that high pressure ridge throughout the day today, bringing us that easterly wind flow. As I mentioned, it keeps the sea breeze kind of pinned close to the coastline. Showers and thunderstorms will build, well, maybe a few thunderstorms, will build on that frontal, on that sea breeze frontal boundary. But it'll be very near the coast, and I don't think inland residents are going to see all that much rainfall today. Now, the hope is that everybody gets a chance of rain desperately needed as we head into Friday and Saturday. And the reason is moisture out in the Atlantic will be pushed in this direction. A little feature called an inverted trough will influence our weather and help to destabilize the atmosphere just a little bit. You put a lot of moisture into an atmosphere, and it's less stable than if it were a very dry atmosphere. So hopefully we'll get some rain showers out of that by about Friday or so. Hot weather continues, and I'm sure there'll be records broken across the state today. A few coastal showers, and then a little bit drier air will move in for tomorrow. The forecast for thunderstorm activity takes it all the way up today to near the Big Bend region. So the focus for showers is kind of lifting a little bit further to the north today. And then back to the west, as I mentioned, the bullseye for severe weather, including long track tornadoes and as well as hail, gusty winds, and that sort of thing. For us in the state of Florida, a lot of sunshine leading to high UV indexes and a destabilized atmosphere as we get that heating of the day going on. Right now, just not a lot of action here locally on Titan radar, but we're getting a few showers trying to lift up from the south, and that'll be the case throughout the day. As I mentioned, I think probably areas in Manatee County that maybe have seen some showers, but haven't seen the really pretty good rainfalls that we've seen down around the mouth of Charlotte Harbor or in Sarasota over the last couple of days. Maybe today's your day. Maybe you will get a little bit heavier rainfall, mostly along the coast, not necessarily inland though. Those showers will dissipate. Tomorrow will be drier, and then really going to wait for Friday, because that's the hope for some good rain for everybody inland, near the coast, and that would go a long way in reducing the wildfire threat for at least a little while. And the rain shower chances will probably linger into at least half of the weekend as well. Daytime highs for the next several days, though, boy, are they going to be steaming hot, Scott.
All right, John, thank you so much. Well, it's the news that rocked our circus world. The Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus just about over now, and performers who have dedicated their life to the greatest show on earth will have to start looking for work elsewhere. The circus will have its final show this weekend in New York, and as the show comes to a close, its performers are set to scatter across the world. Some have hopes to continue a circus career in Europe, others are looking to perform elsewhere, and others still are not yet sure what they'll do. But performers say the circus is a huge family, and like family, they will support each other and go through the motions together.
As a clown, you know, you can be really sad and sensitive. You have to always give full of your energy, your happiness to the floor. And sometimes it's been really difficult because the audience is asking us, like, how you feeling, how you guys feeling, what you gonna do? And that's the moment when it keeps hitting you. It's like, gosh, actually we are closing.
Ringling is also the last circus to travel by train, so many of its performers and crew will have to find new places to live as well. The final show is this Sunday in Long Island, New York. Feld Entertainment will be streaming the performance live on Facebook and on the circus's website. Happening today, residents of a Sarasota assisted living facility want to show they still have some talent up their sleeve. Brookdale Senior Living's Sarasota Central location is hosting a talent and entertainment show for the public this afternoon. There'll be jazz performances, artwork displays, and book discussions. Guests will also be treated to life stories. The staff says its residents have more than 1,000 years of talent and history among them. It takes place from 3 to 4:30 at the Brookdale Sarasota on Bee Ridge Road, which is just east of McIntosh. The event is free. Coming up, the man who brought us the controversial film Fahrenheit 9/11 is working on a new project, and The Secret Life of Your Smartphone is heading now to theaters.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help.
And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Where the spring clearance is on, pay no interest until April 2018 with same-day pickup or next-day delivery. This dual reclining sofa with drop-down table and 2 cup holders, $4.99 in beige or brown. The special purchase white cottage house bedroom, now $7.99. Matching nightstand free. These Danish chairs with matching ottoman, your choice of colors, only $2.99 each. Now at the Furniture Warehouse in Sarasota, Bradenton, Venice, Port Charlotte, and Ellenton.
And save big. Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Nobody beats Subaru in service, quality, vehicle quality, and overall quality. And ALT named Subaru the 2017 top brand for residual value. Now lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month. Or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
What Florida city is best known for spaceflight?
Cape Carnival.
Cape Carnival? Close enough! What condiment includes vinegar, molasses, and anchovies?
Westchester sauce?
Close enough! And now, a word from our sponsors.
One-off from the Florida Lottery. Now available for pick 2, 3, 4, and 5 games. Miss by 1 on any or all numbers and still win.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Vicki, you did it again. Beautiful salad, some salt and pepper, and what were the herbs that you put in?
Tarragon and dill seed.
Now, where can people find you, and how can they buy copies of your books? Because I know they get sold out pre-publishing.
Well, I have a website called pulpkitchen.org. I also have Vicki's Vegan Kitchen on Facebook, and I would love for people to come on Facebook and see pictures of recipes.
It's perfect. And how are you connected with the Florida House?
And well, it was founded by my husband, John Lambie. He was the founding director and executive director for many years, and I'm often there on Saturdays at the farmers market. I go there to shop. And
it's exciting. People can stop and kind of ask you for some guidance. So I so appreciate. It is time to pulp, and you can have your pulp and eat it too. It's all delicious. Vicki, thanks so much for joining us. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you both. Michael Moore is working on a documentary about President Donald Trump. The filmmaker has reportedly been directing the new movie in secret. It's titled Fahrenheit 11/9. The 11/9 refers to the date President Trump won the election. The movie will explore the president's victory in that 2016 presidential race and his current tenure in the office. No release date is set, but Moore says the film will ultimately defeat the president. The show Downward Dog will be premiering tonight on ABC. The comedy is about a woman in her 30s whose strongest relationship is with her dog. The narrator of the show is the canine himself, named Ned, who plays Martin the dog. Its human star is Fargo actress and Emmy nominee Allison Tolman. It premieres tonight at 9:30 right here on ABC 7. The classic game show is returning with an unlikely host. Rapper Snoop Dogg will be the new MC of The Joker's Wild. The original show ran between the 1970s and into the early 90s. Snoop is producing the series with Good Morning America's Michael Strahan. The show begins taping in the fall.
Hi, here we come! We're doing it! This is for the Emoji Movie, the French Riviera.
The announcement of the new Emoji Movie makes a big splash yesterday. Actor T.J. Miller is one of the voices in the film. He made that grand entrance by parasailing into the south of France to promote the film for the Cannes Film Festival. He admits the idea of the film itself sounds silly, but the fun thing about it is that everyone will feel like they're in on the joke. The Emoji Movie will open July 28th. All those emojis that we text.
Right. I'm so bad at that.
Really?
You know, some of my friends can do like fill up a whole thing with hamburgers and pizzas and champagne bottles, and I'm still like just slowly using my thumbs.
You can tell a whole story.
It's true.
Yeah.
Share your emotions really quickly.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I was looking here again, Downward Dog. That sounds like an interesting show. I'm going to watch that. Yeah.
I think my dog Norman's going to watch it too.
I bet he could be in it, actually.
Yeah. If only he could talk, right?
I know.
Yeah, what our dogs would say. Now we can learn it tonight.
Few scattered storms around, perhaps. Maybe a thunderstorm, not out of the question. In some places we'll get some pretty good downpours of rain, I suspect. A lot of places we'll get just some lighter stuff. And then Friday into Saturday, that's the kind of the time frame I'm hoping everyone gets some good rain.
Yeah, we sure do.
Great.
All right, John, thank you. Judy, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great afternoon.
Our dad is an incredible man, a great father, and a hero who served his country well. He worked hard to take care of us. Now we take care of Dad with the help of Granny Nannies.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wannabe Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.